Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Uh, Welcome to today's edition. Let me get Milborn on. Sorry for the lateness.
Liberia.
Let me get Milborn on here. I don't even know if Milborn is here because every day,
Yeah,
man,
but
what's going on? They say Mother Day, not easy anytime.
yeah, actually today is Mother's Day, and there are a lot of celebration ongoing. Like I was just talking about, in fact, congratulating some of our mothers, our hardworking mothers. Mind you, there are some of these mothers that are really working hard behind the scene, making sure that they work and they clean the house of God every day and night. But whether they are
Yeah.
getting some appreciation at the higher level, there where now I was talking about. And thank God that you and the other Britannia monk are coming on. Yes, it is Steve. What's up for your end?
My man, Leo, man, we are. So is it a Mother Day story you carry here?
Yeah, so I was like asking some of our pastors, bishops, reverends as to the kind of days should be celebrated to the higher level. That is, for example, if that person or that lady who been working hard in a church, and because of that, the church sees her as one of the best among all of the women, and they want to appreciate her. I think that offering for that day, the offering, the gift, the everything should be given back to her.
Well, let's greet our people for
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
man, what's up? Happy Sunday to you, bro. What's going on?
Not much. I'm here in the Twin City.
Yeah, I see you. I see you doing your thing. You've been
It just
you've
been
been
breathing. Hello, you hear me?
yeah, hearing you.
Yeah, see, it's okay. Life is great. Thank God for another day. Thank God to be alive. Every day is a blessing. The Twin City is not bad. The weather is not. The weather is a little bit mild here. It's not hot. It's not too cold. It's just a little bit breezy. But we'll take it. This is the Midwest of America, the Central Time Zone. So we were never promised good weather here anyway. So we take it every
So
day with straps.
why other people are crying for the heat? In fact, in Asia there is a huge heat wave. The government and other people has been carrying it. I follow BBC. They've been carrying it, reporting it to the world. You guys are crying from why? Is it breeze? Why is it about to snow?
Not about the snow, but a little bit chilly under the breeze. It's breezy, but equally so the breeze feels a little bit cooler. As like almost like you are in the winter or getting at the end of the winter. So it's not hot,
Oh,
it's not cold, it's breezy, but the breeze is not your regular ordinary breeze. It's just a little bit cooler on like a little chilly under the breeze. So
so that funny breeze, eh?
yeah, that funny breeze. Some people in sweaters, long sleeve today. I myself wearing my long sleeve jacket here, even though I'm
What?
indoors. But
Almost in the start or the middle of some, almost in the start or the beginning of summer.
yeah, but the official start of the summer is June 21st. We are not in summer yet. And people always get the thing confusing. Just because the weather start getting better, I would say during the spring and after getting to the spring break, we are not close to summer. The official day of summer, the summer solstice starts on June 21st to September 23rd. That's the summer period. So we are not even in the summer yet. We are not even close to being the summer yet. We got
Yeah, so
3 to 4 weeks to summer.
yeah, we got roughly 3 to 4 weeks before the actual official summer. But officially in summer, when you hear summer, you're like, what are they in summer?
Yeah, but for you guys, you find yourself close to the Mexican side of the border. I mean, your weather, your soil, everything look like you're in Mexico. So we can make that comparison. Being in the Midwest, you are like a war away from us here. You're in a whole different time zone, and the tip of the western tip of the country, the continent, because America is big enough to be a continent by itself. So you
Right?
are a war away from me. So the weather and the climate and the soil texture and everything is quite different. You guys almost like you got like an African weather. Sometimes you guys can even be blazing hotter than some countries in Africa. That's how warm Arizona is. And that's one of the reasons you got an older population, because most folks, Florida and Arizona, carry the two oldest population in the country because of the weather. Older people love warm weather.
Yeah, and I think relative to warm weather, we can also assert the fact that it's from a healthier side, it's better.
It is good. It give you more time in the day. Your energy level is high. Your blood
Yes.
is flowing freely. So I tell anybody, that's why the older people get, they move to a warmer weather, because it helps you a lot as compared to being a cold weather. When you are in a cold weather throughout the winter, your energy level is low. You are tired. You're susceptible to cold and flu and all those stuff because you are not energized. You know, the weather, the sunlight, everything derives energy from the sun. The sun is the number one source of energy on the planet. So if you're not getting enough sunlight, just think about, hey, your energy level, your health, and everything is not optimal performance, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, so that what make it we in Arizona when you see you, we look healthier than most of you in other states. I mean,
I don't know about that, but
to keep it in context, better. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Because we don't want to make it look funny. Let's look at it. We from Arizona, we look healthier, we are much energetic, and we are vibrant, we are exuberant as well.
Yeah.
Today I'll be using sort of BB words. Folks, if you are just joining us, this is SKTV. Welcome to today's edition. We're basically looking at what to expect from your government today, what to really expect. Today we have a lot of things to cover or unpack. The show just started. Sorry for the lateness. It came from my end. Milborn and Monk, they have been waiting since on the hours mark, but we got stuck into some things that we were doing. Thought it would have been completed earlier, and Sekou got back this morning around maybe 2 or 3 Arizona time. We spoke briefly. He was very, very exhausted from what I gathered from his voice. So it's more likely so Sekou is to join us. We're expecting Sekou to join us. The morning, I say again, had to call him back to back. I say your program asking for you need to join the show today. We are also expecting Chairman Representative Musa Hassan Biladi. I know you guys know on Sundays he normally joins us in the conversation. So the hope is he has the link. The hope is he will join us into this conversation because he himself is caught up into this conversation. You know, we don't hold back on the show. That they show up, that they show what you can say that the person who's supporting that the same people they say we can deal with. That the thing I level they show. That they show what we can put. They put them who just say they're giving all money, who's supporting them. That the story that we can bring us up. So today, I don't know if the chairman will make it, but that went up to him. But definitely so. He's been caught up in some serious noise and quagmire as well. But we'll get to that. Lots of reactions. We told you we're going to keep on this issue of our machine, our new machine, what they're bringing. Supposedly already in the country, supposedly they're bringing it. Well, we will ascertain some of the truth. But the lawmakers and government officials that are listening, you feel free. You have the opportunity to call in. Whether you want to call in through True FM or where, you can do that. You can do it. But we here today. The show. I can tell you today. If you've not been watching the show, you need to watch the show. The show will be noisy today. I can already tell the atmosphere is set, the tone is set, the page is set, and we'll be ready for it today because yesterday you saw me and Monk exchanging on this issue, Monk's position. But again, welcome to the show as always. The Liberian people are the most important people on earth. But most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Let's share the show. Let us know your location, where you are following us from. It's very, very important that we locate you. Sometimes we just let you know where you follow us from, just in case you get missing. We can be able to trace you back to the last place you told you're watching us from. Now, if you're out of state or you're somewhere where you not need to be, if you're somewhere where you not need to be, you can disclose. Don't you forced to disclose your location because we don't want other people looking for you. Because if you're supposed to be in New Jersey and you all the way in Minnesota, it's on a corner, then you gotta let it know what you're doing there. You understand? You gotta explain yourself. And replay what you can explain, tire, no evidence. Or a Melbourne also will be right now. Melbourne also will be in studio as far as concerned. We have told his wife that he will be in studio for a certain amount of time. A Melbourne laying now all the way in Douala. What are you doing there? What is he doing there? So you see it? So we had to look into it. We had to look into it because of that sticker issue there. Melbourne, what you say? I know you had a question. You had a question that you wanted to pose to Monk and I. Happy Mother's Day again. to all of the mothers as we end this month. We get towards the end of this month, the last Sunday in this month. Happy Mother Day. Let me just give my announcement. Mother Day over the 31st of this month. We're getting June that follow the. We now want your phone from you. You put yourself together and follow. That's telling you now getting your code. Because we know your Mother Day, you want it. Father Day, too, you want it. We're not on that thing. So if you know what we know, the Father Day that coming in June, you put yourself together. And I see we telling you Happy Mother Day. We look for things, we put it together. You're looking fine. You're something. No nothing in your own town, right? There was no nothing Mother Day celebration. Their Father Day that coming any attempt for you to attempt, it will not be easy. But maybe one your question. Happy Mother Day again.
Okay, yes. So let me say a wonderful good evening to our followers. Those of you that always bringing your details and all your batteries. Indeed, today is Mother Day. So maybe later on during the course of our broadcast, Steve going to recognize, or maybe President Mo will do that. A few of our mothers, Steve. Today, don't forget about Oman, Ma Binta Bedete, Mutru Kwanga, Jay Gwen, John Smith, and the rest of the team, man. NS team, Bena. Look, Steve, today I feel I'm going to call few news, but how be it? Thank you so much. Let me say thank you for the hard work, always making sure that we bring all of the news to Liberians, especially on the kind of day. Mind you, over the weekend, sometimes some people go quiet, even when there's breaking news, or maybe when there's major news, nobody going to talk about it until maybe Monday. But SKTV always on the door, or in fact in the homes of the Liberian people, making sure that they get informed as to what's happening, some of the latest news, some of the things that are happening in country. So today is Mother Day, like you said.
Before you ask your question, update us on what's going on in the country, and then ask your question will bake you because we won't get straight to the country. I'm quickly for notice. SKTV is getting information from Chairman Representative Hassan Musa Bilete, who is saying unfortunately he cannot make the show tonight. But whether the chairman can make the show, he can make the show. We will still discuss the things we'll discuss. When the chairman come out next week, we will explain tire, but we will discuss it. So that one will not want to go. We inside. No more go ahead. So the chairman will not be with us tonight, but he's aware that he's on the RC and we'll bring a story outside today. Mama, go to the issue.
Yeah, so thank you. So some of the latest news or some of the news that have been happening during the course of the week, we just talk about few, then we move on because mind you, sometimes there's some news that are maybe sometimes a little bit down until when the media try to bring it up, then the public get more interest into it. So excitement and hopes as first batch of Liberian refugees arrived home from Ghana, and that was on the 24th, and there are a lot of them. According to information, a lot of women also were among the refugees that returned home. And yes, indeed, President Walker convinced meeting cabinet retreat amid popular anger over raising price of basic commodities and allegations of corruption. So these are news. Then the latest one have to do with the trucks or machines, moving machines, 285 plus pieces that will be arriving in country. We don't know yet as to which time, which year, or which month that these machines will be arrived in country. But there are a lot of mixed reaction to that as to where the machines are coming from. All Liberians are happy. Why? I ask the question because mind you, even though some of them are saying a gift, a good, but you gotta be mindful as to which type of gift you receive from people. So we got to know as to where the machines are coming from. If the machines are coming from the Guen, then that means it's a plus for the Jota Yema Bwaka government. That means the government they're not only going to be breaking ground, as some of them were even joking. They're not only going to be breaking ground. That means they're just bringing the machine down to just start work and start doing all of the work that they want to do. So far so good, Steve and Virginia Monk. And today is Mother Day. So there are a lot of our mothers today we're seeing in village churches, place of worship, that also celebrating this wonderful day. And some of them were also appreciated today. Some of them were gowned, some of them were certificated, and so on and on. So far, so good. While we move on with our broadcast and the news that chip in, we're going to update our people as to some of the later news. But so far, for now, apart from the Central Bank clarified Deputy Governor Yemini Pearson was not officer in charge, and then also to engage minimum wage board. So far, so good. These are all the news.
So that the later thing that are going on in the town there,
Mhm.
so you're saying all the people born you spoke minimum wage, the news in brief, and they want to put it simple or be it. No one say the government confused. They send different messages from jumping to rest, to machine, to motorcycle, they're chasing people around for helmet. So the whole thing confused. That the news they read in brief. We just summarize it or they make it simple for our people. The whole thing confused. The government confusing you. So that either you're in a state of confusion, discombobulation, you don't even know where you're going, no here, no day. No we can say in that, bro. Anyway, maybe let's move to your question. Quick. Today, Umpa will do it quick. No time. What your question?
Yes. All right. So my question is, why some of our mothers, dedicated mothers, have not been given the proceeds for the Monday celebration? Because mind you, I think the church is a place of giving. In the Bible, it says give, and give. And in all that you do, the Bible talk about charity. But how can some of our mothers, they only carry envelopes around? Mind you, they carry a lot of envelopes around. And for me, I'm witness. I received lot of envelopes, which of course I had to put chip in my own resources, my own blessing, as someone would say, try to make sure that at least I buttress the effort. But how can some of the proceeds are not been given to them?
Thank you. More, what say you? No one said they have Mother Day program to the church, and the pastor then refused to give the money to the women there. That Mother Day program, but the pastor then, some of them, not all the Latin pastors, some of the pastors then take the money. The women did not even see it. So the women then went in women meeting and they started making noise behind closed. So you know how they can be more money. They started making noise. Some of them won't even beat the mothers. So what you say?
Well, I share that same sentiment. I believe that people that serve in ministry should be compensated. That's the reason we give offering. We don't give offering. God never stretches his hand down to receive physical cash for anybody. When you're talking about offering, we're talking about tithes. These are all things that were meant for the operational functions of the church. Whether you want to buy land, whether you want to buy equipment, that's how the pastor gets paid. So if the pastor is going to get paid, why not the ushers and the choir director, the organist, these people that take upon their daily schedule? Yeah, they are serving God, but they also have physical needs. If you have your Mother Day program and you got hardworking women that make sure they upkeep you of the church and everything, whether it's or family disputes, settlement, and things where you got elders in the church and deacons. Why not share the wealth? Why should the money only be going to pastors and few people in the church? If you having a Mother Day program and you raise funds, the funds should be going to the people who you're trying to appreciate. I buy into that idea as well. Look, let me tell you, Steve, I'm a Christian, a Bible-believing Christian. I believe in my faith. I just believe that some of the things we practice, they are totally contradictory to the very teaching of Christ. Even Jesus Christ, when you were preaching, when the people got hungry, he brought bread and fish because he knew that they needed to eat. So, yeah, you look at a woman that wake up every morning, go and clean the church, grab the benches, and get everything set up in the church. You want to honor her, then give her something too. At least give her some envelope. That's appreciation anyway. But unfortunately, look, we live in a different dispensation, and only the so-called pastors or their daddies supposed to take the money. So I don't know. It's up to them. But I share that same sentiment. I buy into Mayborn's idea.
My man, today, I will try my best to not speak people. I will try my possible best to not speak people. I know you and Mayborn, I don't know what's going on. You're passing around with you share sentiment. You do the one. My people, Mom say the pastor then need to give something to the people then who working in the church. The pastor then need to give some of the offering the money then to the people working in the church, especially the widow and the offering. And what Bible say? Our Bible say now, we need to support the widows and the offering. The pastor's stomach one cannot be growing while the member then looking dry. That is the situation right now on him. And that, look, before we hold government accountable, we got to hold church accountable first. Look, let me tell you something. You know, that thing what we used to do back in the day where you can talk to the pastor too anointed, and the men of God, and God anointing his wrath will come on you. let God and nothing and wrath count me. Me, I want God and nothing and wrath. I want God wrath to count me for saying the truth. So when I go here, when I can ask God, I was saying the truth, why you say wrath on me? That means something got to be really wrong. But God is not. See what the Bible says, God not author of confusion. So God not confused like us, right? So because God is not confused like us, that means God support what I'm saying. I'm not insulting pastor. I'm not fighting pastor then. I'm not there with them. But I'm saying some of our pastor then, they need to look at the church policy. The mother, they need to benefit. The woman, they get organize a program. And the mother, they program. They call it all the BB offering. All the BB tar. Then Pastor Palmer bought on Monday. Pastor eating good food. Then the mother then got to go look for cassava to boil for the children. What wrong with you? So we are calling on the men of God then. Before we call on government, we are calling on the men of God then. You do what is right. It's time now that you support the widows, the women. And I say you support your girlfriend then. And I say you support the small getaway behind the church. That's what I'm saying. I'm calling on our pastor, our men of God, and the widow, and the old man, and the orphan in the church. You support them. You give someone the money today, you will not die. So I'm calling on the church leader there, the deacon there who can tell someone the pastor can get a small money to buy liquor. I'm calling on your leader liquor business. You know, last night I went somewhere, Melbourne, a monk. I won't say it to you, I went somewhere. And I was sitting down to one of my very close friend's house. His daughter graduated. So I was chilling there last night. You know, they were in Vegas, but I was chilling to that place last night. And while sitting there, they brought a table for, you know, they set the table with liquor. So I decided again to remind myself. I took each of those liquor, the vodka, the Jack Daniel, the other one are looking like they get strawberry, funny color. They only they looking like juice, but I liquor. Then I told the other one, they say
that's the one cooler, right?
The one cooler. Then the other one, there's another one again. I just forgetting the name, but they make it in Mexico. They made it at a hotel in Mexico. It looks they got peach flavor. They got different flavors.
Yeah, like these a tequila, but they make it a little different flavor in the bottle too.
Yeah, it's some kind of funny little bottle.
Yeah.
Some kind of funny long bottle. And the color, you know, the color can be attractive.
Yeah.
So, Monk, what I decided to read it again. Because I've read it before. So while reading it, if some of you think I'm lying.
They read margaritas.
If some of you think I'm lying, exactly. See? Somebody who can catch out know what's going on. John.
John Hidden said margarita.
John, no, let me tell you, Father, there, God bless you, won't be margarita bottle. Chirac. Hey, the other person to the island. No, we got all our body who can flip, they coming outside now. Like, hey, but no, I know we celebrate, but no, when you want nobody who can drink, get confused about the liquor need, they will let you know what's up, they will let you know what time it is. So you know, I read on the liquor battle. There is a serious notice on the liquor battle.
Oh, yes.
There is a notice, there are 3 notices on that legal battle that people don't pay attention to. I want to challenge you. What are you in Liberia? You in Asia? You in America? You in any part of the world, Europe? I want you, when you take that Jack Daniel or that vodka or whatever hard liquor you got, please, I want you to do me one favor. Before you pour it in a cup, I want you to read on it. There is a part that will say, the Surgeon General. Well, listen, nobody can say we're judging you. We're just saying these things because they are facts. They are not judgment. That I mean, ready there, the Surgeon General. The Surgeon General of the United States gave 3 different warnings. The first warning on that is women should not be drinking alcohol, especially the ones that are pregnant. That first warning there. Some of you pregnant and you passing around and you say you're having fun. Your child will come up becoming alcoholic. Don't say, I swear you, I wish you bad. You were born bunch of alcoholics. Yep. Just so you hear it today. You pregnant, you drinking, you were born alcoholic. Hear it today. That means saying that you won't get there. So when you see your children grow up in 18, 17, 16, they start drinking, and that mistake, you sow that seed. Then Bible says, whatever you sow, so shall you reap. You getting drunk, you smoking susha, and you pregnant, you smoking no funny thing. When a child come out and become an alcoholic and a cigarette or a weed smoker, like you make it, God will hold you responsible. The second thing the Surgeon General warned, that alcohol can impact your ability to drive. It can create impairment. In other words, what it means to oh my God, who stay drinking power and thing, it means leave it. It can make you tired. It can make you drunk. It can make you can think good. And what you say? Then the last part about it also, that one, somebody say, well, when I get drunk, I'm responsible. I can drink, I go home, I sleep, I'm responsible. Okay, that's fine. Here's the last part. It says on it, drinking alcohol can lead to health problems.
A bunch of them too.
Let me say it to you today. If you any of my family member, the day you die and your diagnosis for dying, they say due to alcohol consumption and not coming to your funeral, you're a fool. I don't go to fools' their funeral. You kill yourself. I'm not going to your funeral. People passing around drinking with Jack Daniel and they're funny liquor and they're jumping in the back. I saw one of my other boys jumping on table in a club in Monrovia. And the things that they're making in life. Y'all see yourself. Y'all see yourself. If you are drinking alcohol and you die because alcohol are not coming to your funeral, and not contributing fast and you kill yourself because you knew that alcohol can kill people. Alcohol can lead to health problems. Now, somebody will say, well, but other things can lead to health problems too. Yeah, until they can discover the other thing there.
Yeah, at least you know what is going on.
And the one who know about who talking. If you die, because I told all my boys that are friends with them. Even monks are not reminding. The Digon Melbourne in the studio are not reminding. If your death cause is due to alcohol, if Melbourne cutting shop behind closed door, you want to be Digon. I don't get problem with that. You go with that one, but on earth. And I'm 14 to your burial. You're a fool. You kill yourself. You kill yourself. So you be passing around your thing, living life like to drink. The thing when you drinking, that means you be boy, you be girl. We not get problem with you. We not get problem with you.
And the same thing, Steve, with the seashell thing. That seashell stuff is very personal. It's a delicate because people don't know that thing came from the Arab world. They don't know what the Arab people be smoking. They got buying off for it, and people think like they cool, they chilling, they passing that pipe to their mouth. I'm like, do you even understand? That thing is even personal than your regular cigarette. So think about it. A cigarette is deadly, and seashell is more personal than cigarette. Then you know the kind of a damage you're causing to your lungs. But anyway, they say ignorance is bliss. That's it. I see people chilling with that stuff all day. I gotta be looking at it.
My dear, let me say it to you. What are you calling at judging you? You say I put my money on you. And I get problem with your description of it. Let me tell you the player who get problem with some of us. When you die and they tell to contribute, my pastor not going there. Because no alcoholic get problem, you should save our money to what they call yourself. And I'm 14 to your burial or your graveside because you kill yourself. You're not serious-minded man or woman or boy or girl. You think you got to feel validated by smoking or by drinking. I see someone then they think the people big get it. And then once that I can confuse me, some people then they even know the people then who they're dealing with. When they finish smoking, they get it, and the other person smoke it too.
Yeah, you know, everybody won't fit in. We live in a trending generation. People
you're just looking funny in the town.
Yeah.
No, we're looking at y'all. You're looking funny in the town. We're looking at y'all. Somebody say food can cause cancer and diabetes. Yeah, food can cause cancer and diabetes. That way you can go talk to the diabetes patient and then start eating certain food. Yeah.
So
certain food.
Yep.
So Steve, quickly, apart from the alcohol, maybe damaging of our system or maybe people's system, you know, the book of Proverbs make it easier that it will lead you to poverty. And sometimes when I sit back, I got to realize that some of the reason why you see more men are always struggling back to back and they're not seeing themselves going through is because the too much love of alcohol. My youth, like men, or in fact, we the men would prefer to spend close to 50, 100, 150 just for flexing than to think about developing something tangible with that money. So you follow that most of us, our money or our resources go beyond drinking of alcohol, you know, that will lead us to poverty. So like Lawrence not here, but Lawrence tells me he sent me Proverbs, I think Proverbs 6:13 or something. Then I was reading through, say all the things I got hate. Oh, maybe, even like, maybe what are you doing? I said, well, I said, I'm quiet. He said, I said, why? He said, because when you read the book of Proverbs, there are no drunk. If I'm gonna hear drunken, I said, no. There's a steps, that drunkenness is bad. Even drinking of alcohol is also bad because it will lead you to poverty, make your entire system. Let me tell you, my brother, most of the time we do alcohol for people. And most of the time when you notice that or how they can call it, they gonna can use, mess with all kinds of things, they call it root and so on. Then at the end of the day, they have that kind of their whole system can lose control when the stomach starts swelling up and so on. So it's bad. You see?
And you see the fatness in the face, that kind of a funny fat just sitting in the face.
Yes.
That's a sign of liver damage right there. You notice that
good.
Especially their face always fat and puffy looking like that's fake. That's liver damage.
Yeah, seriously, my brother. And right now, let me be frank. Saturday, you see the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So sometimes I think sometimes we're gonna take our own time sometimes and look at our society here and see as to what we're heading to, because even our leaders, that's what they like. Cheering and cheering. So
one of our followers, before we get to the politics quickly, one of our followers, it is sad that when you have the ability to read your Bible and you allow your pastor read Bible for you and interpret your Bible, it's a problem. Especially when you can afford Bible. I see some of our followers there trying to justify liquor and drinking and saying Jesus drank wine, Jesus turned water into wine. Let me challenge you, your pastor. I want to challenge you because you don't understand Bible. You're a little man with little faith. Like your pastor can read Bible and interpret for you. Let me challenge your pastor, your bishop, your apostle, your biggest man of God in your church. Nowhere in the Bible that it says Jesus turned water into wine. I won't challenge you. I won't challenge you because you're ignorant of the facts. You don't know the truth. And I'm sorry for you that you don't know the truth. I'm very sorry. Unfortunately, I got to help your pastor, your apostle, and your bishop so that they can help you. Nowhere Jesus drank wine and Jesus turned liquor into water into wine. I challenge your bishop. I challenge any pastor, any bishop to come on the show. They will have that discussion. And we'll go to the original context of the Bible, the Hebrew. We'll go into the Greek. We'll go into American before we can even come to the English part of it. You're passing around ignorantly reading that you don't bring Bible. You don't even know Bible. That you bring Bible to library. I see somebody passing around and say, God will supply that one, God will supply that one. You hustling on the church and you say, so that God tell you to go steal and put in the church. You're not serious.
One of the reasons I found pleasure in reading the book of Proverbs, right? Because Proverbs is mostly like an allegory and riddles that you have to put together. And it talk about drinking alcohol will lead you to poverty. And you can tell the reason why it leads you to poverty. If you look, the thing is, we are all going to die for one reason or another. The thing is, you should die for something that's beyond your control. That's what life should be about. You shouldn't die for stupidity or ignorance, something that's within your control. No, always die from something that's beyond your control. So if you look at some of the impact of alcohol, you're talking about fertility issue, low sperm count. It reduces your testosterone. That's the hormone in your body that talk about the strength. Your testosterone, they want to call the thing that make you to be a man, your testosterone. It reduces it, right? You can get stroke or heart disease or liver failure, dementia, and high blood pressure. And you must be healthy to find wealth or to be able to work. So if your health is gone, then how can you then you will live in poverty because you need your health to look for wealth. So if you can prioritize your own health by drinking liquor, thinking that you are enjoying or you this big boy, you want for people to see you like you want to fit in with the rest because these people don't stand out. They love to fit in. And we live in a trend generation. People just do things because they see other people doing it without questioning why they are doing these things. So you are right. That's why I tell you, the book of Proverbs, if you read the Proverbs, you will figure out a lot of things. And the Proverb is right because the science is there. You don't even have to read the Bible in that case. The science is just there. Go ahead, Steve.
Mom, the thing is very simple. One of my sister wrote St. John chapter 1, chapter 2, verses 1 to 11. My sister, let me take 1 minute so we can digest that scripture quickly. If you have any Bible where Jesus, when he speaks, is in red, I want you to look in that Bible and read that in St. John chapter 1 verses, St. John 2, chapter 2 verse 1 to 11. Read that same scripture. If the passage that talk about liquor, if it's in red, I will leave this show. I will never come out on the show. It was not Jesus who spoke. It was not Jesus who spoke. No. It was never Jesus who spoke. In fact, it was the guy who said, when the guy tasted it, it was the guy who spoke and said, this one tastes like it's sweeter than the wine. Jesus only ordered them to pour water. So you have to be very, very careful about what you say. If somebody drinks something and interpret it the way they see it, does that mean that the person who did it? Let's take, for example, Jesus told them to pour water in the vase. The man pulls the water from the vase. And he said it tastes sweeter than the other one. That guy was already intoxicated. Drunk man can tell you anything serious.
Anything serious. So it means you already chop out before you took the one that Jesus said. That was the same taste.
We told you from the beginning, the Surgeon General. Look, let me tell you something. Let me say this to you. The best you can do for yourself is to research and do your own study, so that when you go to church, you can question your pastor or your bishop. That thing they used to teach us before Jesus turned water into wine, that scam, that big scam, that lie. Go tell your pastor, say that lie. Jesus not turn no water into wine. So you trying to tell me Jesus decided to go to a party to make everybody there drunk, but he said can get drunk? You're not serious. You think Jesus can contradict himself? You think Jesus can contradict himself? You think Jesus is the author of confusion? You're confused people. Let me say this. Before Jesus got there, all of them were already drunk. They were already charged. Yes. At the wedding, at the banquet, all of them were already charged. So Jesus not get where to do to go make people drunk. They already drunk to go make them over drunk. Go read the end of that scripture where it says, passing around with funny thing to defend your drinking. Y'all keep drinking. That's what I say. Keep drinking. One thing I know, people who are addicts, who are drug addicts, people who are alcoholics, they will always find reason to justify what are the Christians. It is now. So if you get sick of and justifying politicians.
Let me read that passage quick from the NIV.
Yes, please.
Let me just read. It said, on the day of the wedding that took place at Cana in Galilee, Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and the disciples had been invited to the wedding while the wine was gone. Jesus' mother said,
Stop. Why the wine was gone?
Because they drank it already before he got
exactly. The business has already been established. They've already drunk the wine.
Why the wine was gone? Jesus said to the mother, they have no more wine. Woman, why do you involve me? And Jesus asked, why are you even asking me for a wine? So it means you have no intention of even replenishing the wine. Jesus replied, my hours had not yet come. His mother said to him, to the servant, do whatsoever he tells you. Nearby stood 6 other jars, the kind used by the Jews for ceremonial washing, each holding from 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus said to this.
Hold on 1 second more. Hold on. The jars that were sitting, what was used for?
It was used to store water.
It was to do what? For them to wash themselves. Look, let me tell you something. You see, in the Muslim religion, the tradition, the people can wash their feet and their hands.
They wash their feet for ceremonial
purposes. As part of the cultural practice and the belief, the jars that were sitting there that Jesus identified, it was meant
for water to wash their feet
themselves, to wash their feet and clean themselves.
Yeah.
Let's go forward. Let everything make sense to some of you. You're not reading your Bible. Your crook pastor there tell you funny thing you're wrong with it. They're not reading.
Each holding from 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servant, fill the jar with water so that they can fill them to the brim. Then he told them, now draw some of it and take it to the master of the banquet. They did so. And the master of the banquet tasted the water that he had been turned into wine.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Yeah. The master of the banquet did what?
He tasted the water.
He tested it. And then what the next
thing interpreter is he tested the wine. It didn't mean that he was giving wine because he'd been drinking prior to the water coming.
Don't leave that thing, man. The master of the banquet.
Now the MC for the show, you know the way you go to party to get the MC?
Yeah, the MC got the shot. The MC got a hand. He already tried. It's you. The MC is you go. Then the MC can announce to you that we got good level here. But I need that story. Then we'll move on. Like a politics.
There's how love SKTV, man.
But you understand Bible? You're not even reading your Bible. You're not even understanding what you're reading. Like you won't discuss
the
Bible.
MC already drunk. They pour water in the jar for them to wash their feet and hand. He went and tasted the water. He said, the water he's drinking at one.
Yeah. Imagine the man. Who else testified in that place? No, let me tell you something. I will always say it to you. The thing what we say on SKTV will not mean to go against any religion, any government, or anything. Say that, let it make sense to you. Digest it. Don't get there with us. Just digest the information. Just digest it. You get funny men passing around in the town, position here. Say, Jesus, sorry. Okay, how will your pastor tell you say drink? Jesus get one. Let's think about this. Jesus went and take water into one to make people drunk. But then your pastor tell you say you might not drink. Your pastor gets sense. Why your pastor not drinking? Then your pastor should be number one drunk or two, because Jesus made wine for people to get drunk. And he won't obey the word of God. Then the issue of drinking in the kingdom of God should not be a problem. In fact, it should be welcome and acceptable. Now, the one that people can take during the communion, just so you know, it's not a fermented wine. It's not one that can make people drunk. That's what you guys don't understand. If there were wine and make people drunk, then that means they should be buying hard liquor and putting it in the glass and giving it to all on Sunday. They'll get chat. What are you talking? That was
a drink coming from the olive fruit and the grapes. It's not your regular one. It ain't a liquor you can go buy. That one.
Go read Bible. I said, go call your. I say you are your little man. You don't understand Bible. Go call your bishop. You know the men in your church who get doctor, bishop. Go call them. Don't talk Bible. You think on that funny. That thing where you used to catch all in the 90s when we were small children and we don't understand Bible. You bring one big old Bible that you get me see the red and cool. The pastor got a post on that thing here to be looking over. They get me see the red and cool. You use that old Bible there. What rusted right now? Either other page. We got to find a way to connect the other page. The pastor don't even know what he's talking. Are the ones who can sit down in the 20th century and can listen to someone that joker who want hustle on me. You're not ready yet. Pastor then who take mother day money and put it in the pocket that you're talking to. That you're getting more than the money. Father, they come here, Father, no, say, yo, see. What they tell you about boys, they will put ourselves together. We'll revolt in the church. Next time you'll put yourself together. Bunch of crooks then park around talking about you're talking God business, you're no God. You don't even know God business. Confuse people. You're not no God business. I don't want to say you're not no God business. You're using the Bible to exploit our people. Most of you pastors in Liberia, most of the pastors in Liberia are using the Bible to exploit our people. In fact, they are the first group of criminals in the country. Most of our pastors, let's leave the politicians, they are the first group of people. Most of the politicians are Christian when they come from the church. So that means that when you learn from your pastor, you'll be yeah. Anyway,
so quickly before we move on, what we take also on someone who can claim the church instead of them saying the church of God.
The pastor get a change your knee. The pastor and family get a change your knee. He raised all his sister there, his uncle there, his wife, his nephew there, his children, and they don't want to control the money. And you sitting that in the church, and you raise that kind of, you look, you are not conscious. You don't know what you are doing. Let me say this to you: go to your church, review all the people who on top of the money. All the people who in a bowl. If your pastor wife is on top of the money and his children are in a bowl, let them be removed. Your change the church name. It might not be in the pastor name. They're not family inherited. It's not the house of God. And you can say upon this, Jesus said to Paul, upon this right will be my chair. And at Jesus chair. So why the pastor got to go put a chair in your knee? Why your pastor don't put a chair in your knee? Why the bank account in your pastor knee? Your court and you're in America, you tell your pastor in the city, you need to wake up. Before we change government, we must make sure we change things in the church. Me, I'm talking about Muslim because me, I'm not in the boss, and I'm Muslim. I'm a Christian. Before we change any government, before we change in the government, the church must be accountable. How can the church can put a financial statement also for us to know? How come? How come we don't know what's going on in the church? The financial statement. How come we don't know how the church money is expensed? How come we don't know that? Then you want whole government accountable? You're not ready yet. You ain't ready yet. Will say, will call your pastor out and make you vet by your business. In fact, those of you who pastor who are vexed, who are listening, who are vexed and say we're trying to call the people against you or whatever it is, your business. If you go to God to fast for 7 days, I will fast for 21 days. We'll see who God will answer. We'll see who God will answer. And you go to your medicine man, you can do nothing. Your medicine man will tell you the thing also on SKTV that is true, so nothing will happen. So that is there. You put yourself together. They'll move the chair forward. Then the chair hold the government accountable. Then we're serious. Then we know we're ready for business. We must only cook pastor in there. We must only cook pastor in power in the church. I want you to go to the church and ask the pastor for the bank statement, the account statement. Nobody might be keeping money in a house again. The pastor might not keep money inside a house. If the pastor keeping money inside a house, I'm telling you today, call Zogo, let it go there and take the money from there. What are you talking? Yeah, saying now we use the money, but I'll get the Zogo there now. What do you?
It's the go.
Let's get the politics by. We're not on that thing.
Yeah, indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. That
But
move,
because
that
people say,
move.
"Go power, you keep me money in your hand. You keep me the chair money in your hand, maybe. You think you stupid, yeah?
No, forget that. You see,
No, you can't put yourself together. We're watching you too. You won't be digging, you won't be playing game. You think, yeah, but
When you keep the chair money in your hand, mean you carry, you know, Digo.
yeah. You keep the chair money in your hand, you think stupid. We only all that daddy nonsense. We only anyway. Somebody get a daddy
so,
with that.
so, 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 with the latest one, I attack you and present them more quickly before you transition to politics. What's your take on that?
On what thing?
On the Nigerian footballer who his wife,
Yeah,
in fact,
3
allegedly
kids.
gave it.
None of them for him.
Is it?
3 kids. And none of
Yes,
them
indeed.
come for him.
But I told you before, the thing a normal thing. Let me tell you something, Webon. You know the issue of woman and man being it, they play what the news. Let me tell you what news can be. When they say men loving to animal, that news. When they say woman loving to animal, that news. Woman loving to another man, that's not news. That's the thing that's all happening, a regular thing that's all happening. So the woman go get 3 different children. Now the man children. If that mean with a man, I would take divorce and walk away. What thing happening men news? I don't know. What even calling journalists for the woman who explain herself? I lead the children wrong. Why you gotta call men noise? The thing I
No,
don't
but
nothing.
no, but Steve, the thing about it is that sometimes she
stand with a woman. I stand with a woman.
and the woman uses someone like yeah. Okay, before you start with a woman, when now you're not gonna stay with people. You know? So, according to the story, she have a religious father who she always going to for spiritual prayer for
Yeah.
she and her husband.
And
And the information is saying that that man, or if her religious father is in the know of these children, almost 80 to 90%.
he the father.
And the children,
Most likely he will end up to be the father because the DNA report is saying that the original husband is not the father. So the linking of these things that what Steve always talking about, your man or God, your daddy, and some of them be sleeping with the member. So more than likely, if that story you give a few more days, a few more weeks, it would turn out that that pastor was the one that fathered her children. It's just simple. But you know the only thing that story it reminds me about, you know, I tell people all the time, there are things that are out of your control. If you can only focus on the thing that within your control, life will be easy for you. When it comes to marriage, nothing changes in your marriage. Marriage does not change anything but you. If you're a liar, you will remain a liar. If you're a cheater, you will remain a cheater. But people believe that when they have this title, somehow by some magical means that life is going to change. No, nothing changes you about marriage except your last name and maybe put a ring on your finger. That's all marriage does. And the choice you will make about the person you will marry, right? It's one of the most important decisions you will make on this planet before you die. Because when you marry, it's not only about your life, but also your children's life. So you must know who you are getting married to. And some of these men, they will see signs. Look, a woman don't just get started cheating. You know, the difference between a man and woman, female are mostly emotional when it comes to outside affairs. So for a man, I tell any man, if you want to see a woman cheating, don't follow her action, just follow her reaction. Because the moment a woman got a relationship out there, you will tell, except you ain't know they wanted some because they cannot hold loyalty to 2 persons at the same time. That's why you see women are very sneaky when it comes to cheating, but they know how to cover their tracks. But that emotion will tell you everything if you can really pay attention. So only an idiot will sit there and born 3 children in a row and none came out for him because he ignored the son. Maybe he will get another whip. Maybe he was just so in love that he cannot even pay attention to simple details. That's just exactly what happened. Because how can a woman cheat on you once and born a fresh child outside and born a second and born a third? No, the warning signs were there, but he still chose to marry her, so he must live by the consequence of his own action. That's not the vision.
Monk, we the one in English who made that word cheating. We the one made that word. There is no word that exists like that in reality. People doing a normal thing. That's what human being will do. You know, one thing I always recommend to people, whether you marry, you single, you in a relationship, the one that you want to control that you might worry about. I mean, so worry about a woman, what think woman go do.
Yeah,
go worry what that one's supposed to do. I saw put my blood pressure off for that one. Look, you are in charge of that part of your life, that department that you decide what you will do with it. So whatever you choose to do with it, I don't have a problem. Then it comes to me, I will make a decision. But for me to say, I see all that thing up and get us. I saw we got 2, 3 in the morning to check your phone.
Yeah.
To check for what?
To do what?
To get myself out on what kind of level. My brother, that I don't get control over that thing then. That part of life. Secondly, let me say this. Monk made a statement. I want to reiterate that statement. Apart from who you choose to marry as a woman, the person you born baby by on earth
Yeah.
The man you choose to willingly to born baby by on earth determines a lot about you, the woman. And yeah, the man you make baby with, because baby making baby is not airborne disease. Many of you make baby because you in your feeling, oh, I love the man. Can you imagine a young lady sitting and telling me because she wanted to keep the guy, so that's why she got pregnant? You are a loser. I told her that. I say you are a loser. You can keep any man. Sarah, who's the mother of nation, you're not able to keep Abraham. Are you able to keep any man? You're not serious. You are not serious. Your mama not able to keep your pa. That you able to keep another man. That you able to keep man. Talking about, oh, I want to keep him. I want to keep my man. I want to keep my man. You're not serious, man. Go ask your man. Go ask your man what you went through. You don't understand some things, eh? Like this will be passing. Oh, I want to keep my man, and you know I will keep my man. You able to keep man? You able to keep man? First of all, no man are your man. Nobody, no man, mind and power born for you. You don't understand. So you just don't understand. Or man will stay because he wants to stay. There is nothing you can do to keep any man. Let me tell you, my sisters, just start giving yourself a hard time. I stand with a woman because that man is a mumu. In fact, the woman sort of born a fourth child or fifth child on him. I stand with that woman. I am very, very excited for that woman. In fact, if I know that bishop, if I know that pastor and that pastor says that pastor that he don't want pregnant that woman, I will commend that pastor openly. The pastor doing a job. The pastor they want to do what he happened. The pastor didn't do nothing wrong about human beings all do. Passing around making noise on thing and that means to worry about that one. Maybe I read that news, I just pass.
Yeah,
I said,
you're not interested. I say I can skim over it, but maybe brought it up. That's why
I was happy. I read the news in my spirit. I was happy. One man doing the way that man's will do that one to me there. That man's so pregnant woman now. That animal's so pregnant woman. So
let me tell you something, right? You know the reason people get into this kind of a situation? They got some people who feel that because they love someone, they got it kind of a physical attraction or they somehow attracted to someone. They're seeing the wrong that are there and they choose that they're afraid to walk away than to endure the pain that they will encounter. There is no way a man can be married to a woman you were born 3 children other way without that man having the slightest clue that you were cheating. No, the problem for him was he just couldn't let her go. He's another weight in another sense that knew it but decided to stay there and it reached tipping point he can no longer hold it. Look, in life, you must be able to walk away. That's what they call short-term pain for long-term pain. It's not working.
More, I love it because my boy was a pro say, rain does not fall on one man's roof. Tomorrow could be you. Was a pro. Any woman I'm talking to or I'm with that desire to go that route, I will clap for you.
I will clap for you. Go.
I will be happy to let you. I will tell you over. What thing? You see nothing in my brother. What is going to worry me in that one say? What if in that thing is going to bother me? In fact, I'm happy for that woman. Another man take that trouble from my head. Oh, that man said, who pregnant you or that man that you love me to? I will call the man. I will show you respect. Maybe the thing was so do and I'm doing it. That man doing it. Then that bad thing my brother told to help me. A brotherly love. I will turn you over to that man. We so sit down. Look, we're not judging case. We're not calling family. We're not going on social media. We're not talking. No confusion. I will call the man. Brother said, pro, mark my word. I will call that man and appreciate him. If I got money, I will give him something. Funny thing. I mean,
in that situation, Steve, a common in marriages. Some of our sisters, right? They are going through tough time. They know the relationship is toxic, but to just walk away, they cannot muster that courage to walk out. They're afraid to let it go. At the end of the day, they become victims. That what happened to that guy? He spoke from the beginning before he even married that lady. He knew she was a cheat. She was not a committed person, but he sat there until he got to 3 children at the end of the day. But anyway, I mean, La Viga, I can tell.
Welcome to the show. Segu made a point for all the transition. Segu, welcome to the show. Before you make your point, welcome back to Arizona. Before you make your point, let me say this. I want you to please have you on record. Today is the 26th. I fully support the woman. I endorse the woman with the 3 children. I hope and pray she can get the 4th or the 5th one with him. I hope so. And I feel sorry for anybody in the matter. That's what human beings supposed to do. Part of our duty on earth is to reproduce. That's our duty on earth. So if you can't do it, somebody do it. It's all call the man, thank the man. Now. Before we move on, let me hear your take. Now we'll go on to our politics for the day.
The other topic, I got no take on it.
Okay. So you not get no. So let's get into the politics. I support a woman. We move. You who support a man, I go stand with him. No problem. Next month, our Father Day. We finish on Mother Day. So we're looking forward to Father Day, and we're looking forward to a huge, humongous support from the women around the world. And we know we get it. The gigantic, fantastic, humongous support. Look, women have been writing that they can't wait for Father Day this year. They are to make sure they appreciate men all around the world. They will appreciate all now. So we're looking forward to it. Especially on SKTV, you know our biggest supporter than that women now. You know that. So the women will know they will come outside bigly.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to say thank you to you, to Melbourne, to Monk, for keeping the show going. Yesterday we traveled to Vegas. It was fun. Yeah, it was big fun.
I see why I call you. You can't pick up my call. I saw. Hey, God. We'll meet on that. We'll discuss.
It was big fun, and I was surprised to seeing some people there that I wasn't even expecting them. But the big one, is this August.
Yes.
So you know about that. We had 3 different programs there in Vegas. And man, the people, they just fixed somehow thing there. They call the place the Spear. But man, I never seen anything beautiful like that in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've
been to a lot of places.
So that means when we go there, when we go in August, that means that time will be all that we're shutting down the show.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
I don't know about shutting down the show, but
we don't know that.
People can do it live from there. Why not?
Yeah, you can do it live from there, man. You can move on.
Mom, don't point me. I will be anyway with this other one. We'll get there.
Live from there, we share the activity with the people.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't want me to be showing people the thing they're gonna be doing there?
No. Let's get the politics. Let's transition from social turn into politics. Because everyone sport is safe. The show. Father, they're coming.
Yeah, thank you, Felicia. Thank you, everybody. But Mom, man, I didn't hear from you yesterday. I didn't hear anything. What's going on, man?
Yesterday we decided. We came on the show. We didn't remind our listener. I was like, okay, Seku's on the road today. I mean, it was no need for us not to remind the audience, but I was like, you know what? Who knows? Maybe anytime during the week, or we just do it Friday, this coming Friday, and we will just up the ante as to the number of people that should show up on Friday, because we skip a week and we keep saying it's operational cost. So we'll be expecting our people to show up big time this coming Friday for the fact that we skipped this week.
Because the thing is, we're not seeing Top FM the few days. Somebody asked the other day what's going on. Everything going on with our shortage in our operational form. So you don't know what's going on. Yeah. Top FM is 100% sponsored by us to come on. 100%.
Yeah.
So if we are short, they will not come on.
Yeah, Friday.
I don't know if they talk about the
Yep.
But sometimes the inbox is too much now. What happened?
Oh, yeah.
Why is it coming now on? Yeah, so coming now on because
we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get. But but yesterday, Steve, what happened? Lauren didn't get the link.
I sent it. I don't have something.
Yeah, but I don't forget. I should have sent it to him.
Yeah. So send me the direct
something. I was driving.
Send me the direct something that you said the other day.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I can tell you. Yeah. Okay, please.
But even today, I sent it to him.
Yeah, but we're getting the topic for today. We want to talk about what we want to focus. Yesterday we focused on the government. Today we want to focus on what Liberians should expect from the government. In this context, there seem to be some developments from the lawmakers. For example, I hope and I really wish Chairman Representative Musa Hassan Belede could have been on, but unfortunately he's not on today. He has some prior obligations, and I would say kudos to him that he informed us. He really wanted to make it, but he said he couldn't make it because he's caught up. He expected, whatever he's doing will get finished at a certain time, but didn't. However, he looks forward to the conversation. But he's on the hot seat about this whole machine. We'll get to the machine conversation, but let me read exactly what he said because we follow this thing, and there are a couple of responses as well before we react to some of these things because this is unprecedented. It seems like the lawmakers are divided on this thing. This is what he wrote, quote, 20 hours ago, if you go on his page, he wrote, the news of the yellow machines is welcoming and must be embraced by all. Our roads are poor and our people are suffering. The legislation under the line item called presidential projects gave the president the latitude in the 2024 budget to do something like this. This is no time to criticize such revolutionary move by the executive. We look forward to the transparent and equitable implementation of this critical project. But when he wrote that, he got a huge, let me use the word clap back here.
Oh, chairmanability, right? I saw that post as well. Hello? Steve was frozen. Maybe you noticed that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was doing the same thing a day yesterday, and I got a little confused here. But
Your hackers not ready.
He got a huge clap back from one of his brothers, a close friend, in person of Senator Edwin Mervyn Snow. This is what Edwin Mervyn Snow wrote an hour or two ago. Quote, poor argument from our friend Musa Hassan Belade. We want to see the transparency in this procurement. We cannot sacrifice transparency and accountability on the altar of a perceived development until the president or vice president formally endorses this shame through official documentation that will reflect transparency and accountability. I consider this as a way of the Minister of State without portfolio looking for a portfolio at the expense of people. Not this time around, Madam Minister. And then also Amara Connor weighed in.
Oh, Amara Connor, but that's the one I won't get into really.
Yeah, Mark, I don't know if you want to read an excerpt from the Amara Connor piece there, because it's also very, 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 very interesting.
Yeah, Amara Connor one is the one that is kind of interesting, almost like you're holding both position and accountability. In the same case that I made yesterday concerning that this kind of a project won't be swept on the carpet because it's so huge. It's 285 pieces of yellow machine. And my senior brother from Europe yesterday, Mr. Deshiu, Melvin Deshiu, he was just giving me an estimate of this yellow machine. It was the same thing Amara came up with, close to $100,000 a piece. So he was talking about upward of 30 million. But there's what Amara Conan wrote just a few hours ago. And it's almost the same position I held yesterday, but he was taking it from both. And he said, the yellow machine for road is a good initiative that requires full disclosure. He said, I watched a 3D video of 285 units of an F-moving machine which circulated around social media this week. It was very impressive display with soundbites from the Ministry of State with our portfolio in the public work discussing the potential impact for the procurement on Liberian development. But what I noticed was most that they didn't say what. So I took an unusual approach of inquiring with the relevant authorities in the executive branch behind the scene, a common courtesy I wish others would have taken before jumping to conclusion about the decision as finance minister when I occupied that position. Those I reached out to included the ministers of State and Information, Grisby and PR respectively, and the Minister of Public Works. None have responded to my inquiry since yesterday, except Minister Grisby, who referred me to Minister Giddens, who referred me to Minister Grisby. I have no details except for the unofficial narrative that my colleague Senator Dillon has provided. I'm therefore compelled to ask my question publicly. Let's start with how much it costs and how the Boaga administration raised the money. The minimum price for each of these units is about $100,000. That said, the total about $3 million. The administration must state what the figure is and who put up the capital. I still remember President Georgia officials justifying the Ibom and Eaton scandal, arguing that even if the president got loan from the devil, we should support it to fix our road. But that position contradicted the international anti-money laundering and counter countering the financing on terrorism framework to which Liberia is a subject. The Bouaga administration is no less bound by international laws due to, diligence on all counterparts to his procurement and investment. Assuming in good faith the partners involved are legitimate, are they private or state-owned, were the resources they provided bilateral or multilateral? Even if this was a grant, the nature of the grantors determine the economic and political commodities associated with the deal. How can this be shown the rescue mission has not committed us beyond the bound of our value? Even if our value remains intact, how does the deal align with our debt and risk profile? If there was a loan, what was the concessional or non-concessional, or what are the terms or the financing agreement? Is the payment amount budgeted over many years and at what rate? We often mistakenly assume the interest rate are our only concern when entering into a loan agreement, but the exchange rate risk is just as important depending on how much our revenue we raise in the Liberian dollar. If our exchange rate increases, it makes the debt servicing that much more expensive. What plan do the government and CBO have to mitigate the risk? What is our absorptive capacity for the high influx of equipment? I work on the budget and know we earmarked a percentage of the road funds for road equipment purchase, but the amount was nowhere near the value of unit in the video. Where is the assessment that justified the deployment of such massive fleet? So technically, Amra Kone is saying that what were the assessment that they did to import upward of 285 yellow machine? That's what he said.
And this is where we want to start the question for today's discussion in what the Liberians people should expect from the government. Monk, first of all, the thing that caught my attention is senators, lawmakers, people who are supposed to appropriate the monies and so forth, and keep an oversight to ensure that the government is doing what is right. They are questioning the procurement processes, the steps that were taken by the government. However, on the other hand, they're saying this move is a commendable move. Monk, what say you?
But wait, I ain't even got to the interesting part of what Amra wrote. Just one more passage. I don't have to read the whole thing, right? That's why he said, what is our absorbance capacity in this high influx of equipment? I work on a budget and know we earmark a percentage for the road fund for road equipment purchase, but the amount was nowhere near the value of the unit in this video. Where is the assessment that justified the deployment of such a massive fleet all at once and the assignment of 19 units to each county? This reminds me of the noble effort we made to build the Jackson F. Doe Medical Center in Tapeta, Nima County. He had all the equipment, the bells and whistles, but not enough trained staff to run the facility. The Emirate Hospital in my county of Bobolu, which I visited 2 weeks ago, has similar problem. Meanwhile, at JFK, we have stellar doctors with limited tools to operate to our full extent of our expertise. We will face the same problem with road development under this administration. Or does the government road development or strategies involve current and targeted headcounts of qualified staff across the county for both road and assets maintenance and repair? Each county's size and needs are different. However, this plan must be subjected to a standardized governance structure for roads and assets management with proper consistent reporting. If done correctly, this will be an important step toward decentralization. Let me stop there. I think that's the most important part. He went on to say, but I think these are legitimate questions, and it was the same thing we keep raising, but we cannot keep raising the issue. Like I said, it will come to the public, and thank God the people who are given the oversight responsibility are the ones asking these tough questions.
What say you? And this is what we want to start the conversation before we even go international, because we are going to take this far and push until the facts are uncovered. Here is a question to you, Monk. What say you about what is going on currently, especially in terms of wherein the procurement processes were not followed, right? Suspiciously also, this is a huge venture. This is not a joking matter. We're talking about human capacity to be able to maintain these machines when they come into the country. They're not a joking thing. You can't just bring machine and go sell and die again for them to get or whatever it is. Who's funding this? It's nowhere in the budget. I understand that Representative Chairman Musa Hassan Bilede tried to say to presidential project, but we can also go to the budget line, which we have not seen the budget in public yet. This presidential project, we can also go to the budget line. How much is the money that is allocated? Is the money equivalent to what a machine and the different things cost? So, Monk, what say you? This is confusing and complex.
I'm not gonna expunging this rescue train like no other I have seen. I'm not gonna. You see, when people write, writing is literally thinking on paper. That's just what writing is. Somebody trying to express something and they put it in written form. Amra Kone is literally trying to say that the same thing with the Weir administration is the very same thing that happening. That's why he mentioned the Igbo man, the Inter deal. That's somehow when the president comes with something that will be beneficial to the country, nobody cares as to how he acquired them. Because
Yes.
it was the same thing. You look at two criminals corporation with no major headquarters anywhere in the world that got history of money laundering. It was the same thing Georgia did with Ebomaf and Eaton until these companies or corporations were exposed. That's exactly why he insinuated, because he talked about this was never procured. I don't know, it's part of the budget. And he raising about this oversight responsibility as well. Whether they are loans, whether they are grant, who financing it, the exchange rate. Because one thing our people don't fail to realize is the government will go and borrow out there, but they're not even transparent with the terms in the, when I read the budget stuff the last time, I told you when it comes to the domestic borrowing, they will tell you the length of the loan and the interest rate they will be giving right on the how they call it, the treasury note. I'm going to say the how they call it, man, the bond or the IOU note, right? That's what we call it, IOU. We borrow you money, we'll give you 4% for your profit. Okay, but when it comes to the biggest loan or the bigger loan, multinational loan, especially with the IMF and the World Bank, no, they won't give you details of the terms and the agreement of this loan. They can't tell you how much they borrow. But the question is, you are borrowing at what rate? Where is the time frame? Because they know that's how they can steal. They leave it open and they keep taking the people money in the name of paying debt. That's exactly what he's saying. Technically, it's money laundering. That's why he's saying, I want to know where these machines are coming from, how they've been procured, whether they are owned by, or they are financed by whom, the interest rate will be paid, and the exchange rate. These are things that should be taken into consideration because we saw the same move on the Wiyale administration. So technically, Amra is saying indirectly that he does not trust the whole thing about the 285 machine, or F moving machine. It raised a lot of suspicion that needs to be addressed. And he been reaching to the records authority. He reached to the public work minister. He reached out to the minister of state, Mr. Grisby, and other people in the government, including the information minister, and nobody is forthcoming on this deal. That's the red flag right there. Why are they not responding to him?
So, but then the question also, if we can digress to Eddie Snow's point, Eddie Snow is mostly blaming the minister of state with our portfolio, Mamaka, to take the fall should anything happen. So yesterday we said it on the show that it was concerning that there were no, in fact, Grace B or public work minister or someone in the cabinet at a high level should have been the one to make this pronouncement. We know that customarily, or the minister of information should have been the one to disseminate this. But my eyebrow, I begin concerned when Mama Kakaba was the one that made the pronunciation and all these guys were in the cabinet meeting. How come they chose her? Is this throwing her under the bus? No.
Steve, let me break you there for once because you're going deep. And let me tell you the very same point you are talking about. Let me say what Amra said about that in the same post. Listen, though. He said, speaking to government reporter, he said, speaking of reporting, the government must report on the procurement process associated with the deal. It is well known in the literature of corruption that corruption is procurement and procurement is corruption. As finance minister, I enlisted the help of the Justice Minister Christina and her successor, Mr. Benedict Sanon, to help apply legal scrutiny to prevent us from falling into this corruption trap. And I often exasperated my cabinet colleague with the cumbersome nature of my due diligence. I expect no less from the current Minister of Finance and his team. So did this accusation meet the provisions of the Public Procurement Concession Act? I will closely monitor and inspect the government response to this issue. To this against the letter and the spirit of the law. I am glad to see the Bwaga administration making bold moves toward road construction and rural development. My county of Bobolu can only benefit from roads and connect our farms to the market, our children to school, and our sick people to hospital. So the concept of bringing yellow machine is more than welcoming. My concern is that we shouldn't do the right thing in the wrong way. Laws, standards, and procedures exist for just that reason, and to ensure that we can do and we do not waste the resources we already barely have. That's it. It's the same.
But Mark, here's the thing though. Justice Minister, Minister of Finance, and all these people.
Yeah.
How come we haven't heard of any one of them? Because this is a process. There's a step to it. Now we're just talking in terms of the Liberia part, because we're about to push it to the next level, the international part. We told the Braga-led government that we're going to take the thing step by step. We're just talking about the Liberian poor side now, where the Liberian poor got to know what's going on. But let me hear Seku's reaction. I'm not sure if he was following onto this to react to how the senators and the lawmakers are confused and perplexed. There's also a representative from Bon County, Representative Colley, who also raised similar concerns. He wrote it and United Party post started attacking him. So, Mr. Kane, what say you? What say you about this whole procurement and the process and the government not being clear and full coming before we get to the international implication of this. You're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you, Mr. Kane.
Do you remember the song from the CDC when you used to interpret a song on a way? Nyama nyama party.
Yes.
Okay, the nyama nyama will not start with the Unity Party. No hate, no tail. Confusion, deception, lying, distraction, all going on. Nothing happening. No sense of direction whatsoever. All it is a distraction. Nothing gonna happen. No yellow machine coming, nothing coming anywhere. It's all confusion and distraction from the real thing. In the real things that they're trying to distract us from, we will shine light on them in the coming days. This is nothing but a distraction and lack of focus. I told you here that this government is very, very unstable. They don't know what's going on. Everything that you're saying, where in the world of government we'll be discussing $100 million worth of equipment, contract, purchase, or anything whatsoever, then lawmakers are confused about it. Where in the world you've seen that? People that are supposed to appropriate, the Constitution say any agreement, purchase, procurement, everything should go through the legislature. If the legislators are coming here to ask questions about the
Yes.
thing that they're supposed to procure and tell the government what to do, and the legislature, they did the procurement, they did the placement, the procurement, the days, the that on the budget. Is this thing captured in the budget? They're confused now. Oh, I'm not going to former finance minister is confused. He doesn't know whether or not this thing is in the budget, whether they're under presidential programs or any other program. He doesn't know where to find this play. My man, all these things are just distraction. Nothing going on in the government. They don't know where to start from. They don't know where to end it. They are in a state of dilemma, still in a state of confusion. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to start from. That's why they're going all over the place, touching everything. Jack of all trade, master of none. That's who they are. They don't know exactly what to do, but they appear to know everything. They appear to have everything at their disposal, but yet not knowing how to implement anything. You think about this, Steve. What about the war crime code? What about the audits of all three branches of government? What about that? What about establishment of economic crime in Liberia? Nothing is happening anywhere. Everything they do is distraction. Like the kitchen sink approach. throwing everything in there, see what sticks. And nothing looks to be sticking on the wall. Everything just dropping, falling apart. They're just throwing everything, like try and error method. See whatever works for them. So they can gain public trust and confidence. But nothing seems to be working. In short, if you ask me, I will not even waste my time. All the thing thing. Nothing serious. The government is not serious for a second. They have no agenda. They have no focus. They don't know what's going on. And they got nothing to offer to Liberia. Plain and simple.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Kane. Milbo, I'm not sure if you have the opportunity to open the lines, please, so we can get one or two reactions. But before we open the line, before we open the line quickly, I'd like to really, I know Sekou, yesterday we touched on it that this is a distraction. Some people do not believe us. Some people think, and I like the fact that Mon raised also the attention yesterday on SKTV that he wants to give them the benefit of the doubt because this is a trap that they've set for themselves. They will put their foot in their own mouth. Basically, that was his assertion yesterday, and I'm paraphrasing some of the things he said, but from just reading through the line. But I wanna let's keep all factors constant.
Yes.
Let's agree that they're going to bring it for the sake of agreement. We're going to find the pronouncement of Mamaka, who Minister of State with all portfolio, made that announcement, right? As opposed to, the minister, other people, right? Great. We're keeping all factors constant. They're going to bring it. Here is the question.
Also, it was not the Minister of Public Works?
No, it was not the Minister of Public Works that made the announcement. It was Mamaka. and that's where I begin a little conflicted and confused, right? But let's move on to, let's look at the international implication. Where did they get the money from? Let's talk about all that thing what Amara Conan doing, what Edwin Snowden doing, what Musa Ability then doing. We consider politics. Let's look at the real facts. A few days ago, the president from Kenya met with Joe Biden. In fact, there's a picture circulating on social media wherein Joe Biden got up from his seat in the White House, and this president is sitting in the chair, Joe Biden standing behind him. I would say, first of all, that's playing on the world stage with big people, right? We pray and hope that Labro will get there someday. But the discussion focused on China and Russia, the influence of China and Russia in Africa. Here is the question I keep asking. And we're zooming on Joseph Yuma Boaka's foreign policy because that's important. Amara Kone talked about money laundering and all these different things in his post. My question is, where did they get these machines? Some are asserting that they got it through Guinea-Bissau. Some people those are all allegations. We have not authenticated these things. Where are they getting these things, Mr. Kane? If somebody gave them a gift, who is that person? What is their interest? Because the money is not allocated in the budget. We haven't even seen the budget yet to say, oh, we know how much was allocated for quote-unquote presidential project. So we don't know how much is allocated for presidential project. So what say you from an international standpoint? Are we exposing ourselves?
Well, the reason I think they never reached out to Amara, don't forget, Amara is in the perfect position to address this issue because he came from the Ministry of Finance before having oversight responsibility. They know he understands all the loophole when it comes to this thing. That is why he mentioned the Iboma and Eton. So technically, if you really look at it in totality, Amara knows what is going on here, and he's trying to create this idea that this is classic money laundering. That's exactly what it means. Because the question he asked, he said, I work on the budget and we know what we earmark for equipment maintenance in the road. But this budget is nothing close to this. So I already know what's going on. That is why the public works minister couldn't respond to him. The minister of state couldn't respond, even the information minister, because they know Amara came from the executive branch before now going to the legislative branch. So when it comes to budget, matter of fact, he served on the budget committee too in the Senate. So he knows every loophole and everything that is happening there. So he talking about the hospital in Bapolu, and he talking about the Tapeta Hospital. How? It was the same thing I asked the other man who came here with a model. He said they adopted from Zambia. My brother, Before you do procurement, you got to carry on an assessment. You must know where you need the resources, the professionals that are there, the work that needs to be done before you can even make allocation in terms of budget. But these guys only want to steal. That's why I asked the lawmaker the last time, who came up with the idea that every district will need about $100,000 when all the projects are not the same? It's a very simple that they are doing with this whole equipment thing. If you want to get each county 13 pieces of equipment, but the problem is the challenges in the county, they are not the same. They're not uniform. They are different. Some counties are much bigger. Some counties got at least some kind of a road infrastructure. You cannot compare Nema County or Bon County with the Southeast in terms of road. So how do you allocate this thing? Like what Amra is asking, because Amra know the game that is being played behind the scene, and none of them will respond to Amra. But like I said before and yesterday, this thing will still come to life because they are so massive, they are so big, and these guys will end up putting their foot in their mouth. And just before we said it, Amra was just here with a few hours ago reaffirming the same position we took yesterday on this issue. So for me, bro, we'll see. It will play out. But Sekou said it right. He know what's going on, and you can tell this thing from. You can just look at the thing and tell that.
Right. Let me tell you something.
Yes, Mr. Kenneth Chami here.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Steve, Monk just answer your question when you said, okay, if this is under the presidential program or whatever, how much is in there? If I'm not going to tell you now that we know everything
Right.
that's supposed to be in there, and nothing is close to
Exactly.
what we're discussing here. That answers the question.
Hmm.
That question is answered. Beyond that, all this nyama thing only speaks to the lack of focus and direction of Joseph Boakai-led government. To be honest, I really wanted to slow down on the criticism of Joseph Boakai government until at least after 6 months or 1 year. But if they have no direction, no sense of focus for the country, then we have to call them out. Let me tell you this. What happened to the rice price thing? Distraction. What happened to the exchange rate? Distraction. What happened to the war and economic crimes court? Distraction. Whatever they are doing is all distraction from the real things. Because they have no answer for all of the above I just mentioned to you. Let's go to Melbourne since we don't have enough time.
Yes. Melbourne, let this one corner.
Maybe today.
So, thank you. The number to call is 0777 382 496. Again, 0777 382 496. Sorry for our usual number is off. So call this one to be part of the show. Again, 0777 382 496. Again, 0777 382 496. That's the number to call for you to be part of the show right here on the SKTV, Truth FM 96.1. And we are discussing a wide range of issues, and which, of course, some of you have been following up, and some of you are also calling in and texting. So keep your calls coming now to 0777 382 496. Again, 0777 382 496. That's the number for you to be part of the show and give your own take or maybe your own points on what we've been discussing right here on the SK TV.
So if you have no caller, we can be conversation. Then you can interrupt or you can have a caller.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Steve, you remember when my own friend and brother, the Minister of Information, told us on FKTV that from looking at things, that Joseph Nima Boakai government will likely exceed the 100-day promises, the 100-day plan. Exceed. You remember that?
Mhm.
And then the same group of people turn around and celebrated achievement of 10% of what they said they're going to exceed 100%. Think about that. You say you're going to exceed what you planned or what you told the people that you would do, you accomplish. But then you end up getting 10%. And to tell you that the 10%, that's exactly what they achieved, there were no rebuttal or the government coming to counter the report of they achieving 10% of what they promised for this 100-day, right? Did you see any counter argument from the government saying, no, this is not accurate? Because that's what they presented to the people. And they punched in their numbers and they came out with that result. If Joseph Boakai government can celebrate achievement of 10 out of 100, where are you headed as a country? The whole noise of bag of rice price was taking a different turn, was taking a different dimension. And it's covering the entire country. They're trying to distract people from that and talk about the whole yellow machine thing. That thing what Joseph Boakai saying that inside at the airport.
Yeah.
Did you read that? Did you read that rewriting on that machine, on that little machine?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Well, at the airport, they got 2 different ones or 3 different ones. One of it, the first one, just to differentiate it, the first one is meant for carrying older people. One of it. That one does not have any one of its one that Joseph Boakai sitting on. Another one is also for carrying people who are, let's say, impaired or disabled. Another one. This particular one here is for recovery services. That means you either had a procedure or something, or you're on some kind of recovery. This is the one he's sitting on.
Okay. Recovery services and from United Airlines.
Yes.
You notice that too?
Yeah, from United Airlines.
And where that happened in America here, right?
Yes.
When Joseph Boakai was going to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to clarify something. You know, some of them keep asking us to tell them to update them about Joseph Nima Boakai, especially when it comes to his health and other stuff. I saw, supporters of the Unity Party and President Boakai writing under that stuff stating the people look good. The people look sharp. The people look good. Somebody who look good, somebody who is healthy, they don't sit down in that thing. I've purchased ticket, Steve, that I do that for the most part. I've purchased ticket for a lot of different people. that particular thing, what it means standing now on, people with medical condition that they can't walk on their own.
Yeah.
They're all because the distance from where. What is me calling back to back? What is Steve? Let me answer the call here. It's very, very
okay. Yeah, Melbourne, do you have any call? Let's see if Melbourne has any call there. I don't think so. I don't know your today Umba. Monk, I know you shared that picture with me. I don't know what you say. You shared that picture with me. I saw that picture. I found it laughable from the beginning, but
but I said that's why it is. People, older people with medical and health conditions that cannot even move from the airport. That's why they call it the airport card for mobility. It's a mobile service, and that's why. So when I saw it, because the color yellow, I thought one of the yellow machines already bring it to the country. So, but that's why it's intended for the airport, like to accommodate people. That's why it's for, nothing more. So who knows? Maybe he was moving too slow, or he collapsed at the airport again, and they try to accommodate him. That's just why it's for. It's nothing more than that.
and
I really like to know when this picture was taken. I think that would be a critical component.
The most recent trip, because that's how they call it. Which airline that
United Airlines.
United. So he got to be in the U.S. here, and he just came to the U.S.
And now when they're in the U.S. here, they're from Newark Airport. SKTV got the information anyway. The reason why I brought it up, when I saw people writing under that post, the paper look good. They're just telling you the opposite. They don't want you to see him and think for yourself. And nobody say Pape look bad, right? Nobody say nothing wrong with Pape. See, when you walk to the airport right now, you enter your flight, nobody gonna care or talk about, oh, Steve is healthy. They're telling you the Pape look good because Pape does not, Pape is not feeling good. He doesn't feel good. The Pape could now walk. If you read that thing on the card, it says recovery. People then who can get in that thing, when you purchase a ticket, there's always an option. Whether you're going to need a wheelchair, you're going to need help, you're going to need some form of transportation if that person is incapable of walking on their own. These people, they are distracting the Liberian people. Jolo Baga sitting now in that team because Jolo Baga could now walk through the airport and go to the terminal where he's supposed to enter the flight. But United Party people shamefully celebrating the Pape being sick. Let's here. Maybe I'll put it. It says service recovery. Amen. Who will celebrate you having your president in a wheelchair? Who will celebrate that? What you guys have exposed our country to? A president travel in the United States to go back to Liberia. The president could now walk through the airport. The president in the wheelchair saying that some gonna disabled man in a group home. You're happy with that? Say the president Pape look good. What kind of country do we have, my people? United Party go up, lies and deception. They go down, lies.
I think Melbourne got some. I don't know.
No, nothing going on with our courting. Something's not right, over there. It's okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, Melbourne is just back with us, because the computer was kind of freezing, the phone was freezing, so you couldn't get a call. Because I saw him maybe trying to push the computer, shaking it, do everything.
Easy.
The computer didn't want to wake up.
And so I had to go check outside also to know as to what was happening. I knew the weather also there to the rain falling, but maybe that was freezing my phone. But anyway, that technology sometimes this thing happen. So the calls that keep coming, I couldn't answer. So
Maybe
if you call it, yeah,
we're on the radio right now.
you are 100% good on the radio.
Okay, that's what matters. I just want people to hear the story, the truth. Joseph Nima Bwaga people are there to distract the Liberian people. We told you that Joseph Bwaga was coming to this place here for medical reason. They said Allah. We told you the program in Dallas was just a cover-up, a paid program. Anybody can do that. Right now, you say now in Liberia that you can go online and search for programs going on in Mexico, in Canada, in America, whether the church program, whether the government program, open, the one that are open, the one that are closed, you will see it. The one that you can apply for to go through some processes, you will see it. The one that you pay money to attend, you will see it. The one that will require a bank account, you will see it. The one that account government passport, official passport, you will see it. The ones that are, for whatever reason, they just use that as a cover-up for Joe Biden to use it to come to America and attend his medical thing. All the things they're telling you, that's scam. Why Joseph Bwaga is placed on the recovery cart to take him to the airline? Why? They knew that people have the information. So they tried to be preemptive. Instead of waiting for people to talk about it, they decided to put it there. But they forgot to know that the wheelchair what the man is on, let me put it up there so people can see it. There's a wheelchair, it's mobile. It's just, it has its own stuff, like the same way we have forklifts. Forklift, the old forklift, and the little teeny guy, they use a big battery. It can sound, but it sound very, very low. But it's a mobile, it can move on your own. You don't have to push it. All you do, you press the thing, the more you press it, it's the speed in one good way to the hardest speed it will carry. Like lift gate, like forklift, like little machinery that people can use. Another one that one for the handicapped people then, where they can push you. They want you, Joseph Bwaga is on the recovery, so they put you on the recovery service card to take him to the airline. Joseph Bwaga went back to Liberia. Joseph Bwaga people don't want people to know what happened. Instead of people focusing, okay, tell us what happened in Dallas. Tell us what happened in Atlanta, Georgia. Boom, the rest thing started. People are focusing on that. Boom, yellow machine. That's what I told you. Joseph Bwaga government, they are suffering right now. Suffering for duration. Suffering for lack of focus. Suffering for lack of answer for Liberia's many problems. So at the end of the day, what do we do? And people are falling for it. They will distract you with one thing today. They will distract you with another thing tomorrow. They will another thing after tomorrow. Because they know Liberian people don't remember things for a very long time. What can happen in Liberia? If something happened today, you talk about it today, tomorrow, they don't want you to talk about it again. When you spend 2 weeks, you're talking about it, the next day, hey, Sheku, we tell you now, but that's enough. So that because they believe that they all want to hear new thing. They don't care about what happened yesterday. And Joseph Boakai and the United Party, they're using that tactics, knowing the fact that Liberian people, they got very, very, very short memory when it comes to the happenings around them. They keep they throw in 100 things. That's what I want to say in virus. They send you a lot of stuff to confuse you because they have no focus. The woman is now well. They have no plan. They got no focus. They got nothing to offer to Liberia. And every time you talk about them, every time you point to their flaws, they will tell you, say, but George Weah did it. If George Weah did it, if it was good that time George Weah did it, why you remove George Weah if you're going to do the same thing? Liberia is going backward. Liberia is retrogressing on a daily basis. We are not going anywhere. And there's no sound of going anywhere at this point. If you voted for Joseph Boakai, you should regret your action and you should apologize to the Liberian people. If you support Joseph Boakai, you are here defending it. Shame on you. The president, FY, is not stable. Administrative why, it's not stable, it's not in control. And those that are supposed to be in control don't know what's going on. They're all confused. Even the rescue senator are confused right now. Because it's very difficult to defend lies. It's very difficult to defend fake things. Everything about United Party and Joseph Boakai is fake. So far. From the campaign time up to today's date. That's why they say, oh, people are staying in the campaign mood. Because if you start with lies, you just want, okay, because it's a lie, and you want to have a certain period of time for for campaign. When that one feeling and the push, go back to your lies. So that's why they be telling you, oh, the people that stay on the campaign mood because they don't want you to remind them of their lies during the campaign. They lie about Joseph Boakai age, they lie about his health. They lie about his experience. Even he himself lie about his health. Up to now, they lie about everything. Even the appointments, they lie about everything. So United Party and lie are synonym. When you say United Party, you just think say it mean lie. Yeah, if you don't know the definition of United Party, you call it lie. They lie about everything. They deceive the Liberian people to get to the leadership. But now to govern now with lie is hard. So they are caught up in the middle. Imagine somebody celebrating 10%. That means they were expecting 0. Somebody saying now in a wheelchair, some people carry him because he can't work for himself. Then you celebrate and they say, Papa, look good. What kind of government is this? What kind of country do we have? When you told the things that people campaigning. But you lie to us. You deceive us. So until some of you can come back and apologize for your action, for deceiving the Liberian people. In fact, let me tell you something. Even the Papa left hand, when he had a mini stroke that time when he took him to redemption, the left hand that was like this, it came to a point and people started to notice it. People start to take the Papa picture and put it on. You know what they did? You know what they told him? Just mark this for now. Every time Joseph Boakai is doing something, this left hand you put it in your pocket because they don't want us to know why the left hand is not functional like it's supposed to be. You can't live in lie. You can't do your whole life with deception. People pay attention to things. What's wrong with men being sick? The man is an older man. An older person, you expect them to get some age-old problems. And somebody who suffered from mini stroke, there's nothing wrong with it. I got family people, I got friends that have experienced the mini stroke. Some of them, if just a little finger will get affected. Some of them, their sight will get affected. Some of them, the whole body side will get affected. But if you can be transparent and honest about a man's life, you putting your mouth on other people, lying to the word. Oh, people that say, Joseph Baka will die. People that say, Joseph Baka is sick. People that say, Joseph Baka will have open surgery. Joseph Baka will have this. Joseph Baka will have. Why is it that people are not saying the same thing about other people? Why is it that they are not saying same thing about other people? Is Joseph Baka the only elderly man in Liberia? Is Joseph Baka the only sick person in Liberia? Is Joseph Baka the only person in government that got some problem or medical issue? Even Ellen got her own problem, but she's transparent about her problem. Joseph Walker, from start to finish, everything about the Unity Party is lie, and that's my problem with them. And the only reason why they are against us and other media platforms that speak truth to power, because they don't want anybody to expose their lies. So if you don't know the definition of Unity Party, you'll call it lie. So if you are a member of the Unity Party, you are a member of a lying organization. You are one of the liars. If you register yourself, you got a card for Unity Party, you're carrying liar cards. Anywhere they see it, they know you are a liar. Almost everybody in the Unity Party got no integrity. Because grown men and women, if you have integrity, you have pride and dignity, when you lie, right? Somewhere when you lie, you can feel guilty within yourself. But these people, they celebrate lies. And they're proud to be part of the lying group. They will all defend lies. Even some of the so-called educated ones. And they want to lie, they want you to believe it. So anybody who dare to actually expose your lie, then you are subjected to attack, insult, and disrespect. So if you carry United ID card, you carry a lying card. Anybody see you, they know you are a liar straight. So the people you're listening, you're hearing. This is now politics. We are trying to fight the ills in our society. And one of the biggest ills that have destroyed our country is lying. And Joseph Boakai is the commander-in-chief of the lying group. And all of them, they have agreed. Remember when they say we agree? They say, you tell them the truth, they agree. You tell them a lie, they agree. Because for them, they are already in their position. No matter what you do, they will lie. Joseph Boakai is now well. Joseph Boakai government is not proceeding well. Joseph Boakai government is a failure from the start. Joseph Boakai government could not achieve 100% deliverable. Joseph Boakai government say he came to Washington, D.C. He said he will give his assets to the Liberian people. And everybody in his government, they will show their assets. Joseph Boakai did not do that. Less than 50% of the people he appointed. You see, that's what they say when they say lie. The people that and lie are the same. Lie, the party, are the same thing. Joseph Boakai himself told you, everybody in my government, they will show their assets. They will declare their assets. He himself didn't do it. Is that being honest? Okay, let's agree now. Granted, Joseph Boakai declared to some kind of place like Joey did, right? What about other people that he promised on VOA in America here that everybody in your government that will be appointed will declare their assets? Why is it not that? So what happened to the drug test? How many people took the drug test? They are hanging on everything, lying about everything to confuse the Liberian people. It's too soon. You think in less than 1 year, people should be here, recounting lies after lie after lie? We're going to audit the entire country, the entire government. Okay, we're going to audit NSA. We're going to audit the central bank. We're going to audit this. We're going to audit that. Nothing. For the $1 million confusion, nothing. $19.1 million confusion, nothing. The right price go out, nothing. The other bad guy got angry because he told the people and say, you're going to give me 70% from the right price. Powerball rice, let me get 30%, 30 cents, 25 cents on each bag of rice. But you make sure you bring other rice and they'll be cheaper than that. People go discuss that when you get angry, you walk away from there. Calling them cartel. Gasoline price, the banker himself said, gasoline price and rice price will go down in his first 100 years. I mean, in his first 100 days. You don't want to answer for that. Now they're telling you now, Joseph Boakai going to bring yellow machine to face all the role. Just all lies, deception, distraction, and confusion. But some of us, we are not confused. We are not distracted. We are focused. We are well oriented and focused. We know exactly what's going on. We are paying attention. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace for us to be at this earlier stage of Joseph Boakai government to be talking about these lies and deception. So it's like you have nowhere to catch them. Are you going to be talking about the workaround code now? Say yesterday Joseph Boakai signed. So where's the code? When the code will start? When the code will start functioning in Liberia? Where? When? Do you have a timeline? Do you have any timeline that when that Joseph Boakai establishment workaround code will happen? Where and when? We told you it was fake. You didn't believe us. So they said they're going to audit the entire government, including Joseph Boakai himself. Where is the audit going? How far is it now? How many people have been audited? They say, oh, asset recovery. We told you asset recovery was fake. It was nothing. Where is it now? Where is it? How far is the asset recovery going? Flat. Rest price now go, oh no, Jowia too. It was $15. Jowia took it to $17. So Jowia took it to $17 after 4 years. You take it to $18 now after 4 months. So Jowia Uno 1 year is equal to your Uno 1 month of destruction. Imagine now if you already, if you can already compare your destruction of Liberia with Jowia 4 months versus 4 years. Where will Liberia be after 6 years of Joseph Boakai presidency? If you can match George Weah's portion of destroying Liberia, 4 months equal to 4 years. So that means before you get to your 4 year now, then I don't think you have a country left. So Steve, I don't know, you guys, you both among, you guys been talking, you have said everything. But I just wanted some time to just remind our people all these things that they are doing, Steve. Whether it's the asset recovery, whether it's the auditing, whether it's this budget, Joseph Boakai rushing to sign the budget, as is. Joseph Boakai deciding to distract the people from the raise price, or the having retreat. All the things they're doing, no focus point, no sense of direction, no sense of orientation, no future for Liberia under this government as we can see right now. We don't know about tomorrow, but at this point, they are yet to show us any hope that Liberia will be better. It's too soon. It's too soon. And I can tell you, Steve, after we meet today, in the coming days, we will highlight all the things that are behind all this destruction. And you'll be surprised. Also, before I close, Some people will resign soon and very soon. Some people will resign very, very soon.
Hmm.
And the country will be shocked.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Some people resign very, very soon. Monk, we also saw something from Amin Moda in the same context. What say you about what Amin Moda wrote? Amin Moda is
Oh,
the same issue.
I mean, Moda post, it was mostly about the rights issue. But for me, I follow this guy religiously. I know the move that they make. You know, our people, our country, we are gullible in our country. Our people don't pay attention to a lot of stuff. So it's one of the reasons SKTV is being hated. We like to go on the hood. And when you listen to, they create this impression that people are so desperate for something that anything you throw out there, people will rush to it. So they create this sensation, the emotional move. And they create the idea that we are doing something great. It will look good on the surface, but when you start digging deeper, you know that they are all skin. Here's what Amin Moda wrote. It's the same rice issue we've been talking about. He said there are 6 major importers of rice on the market. These importers were inherited from the last administration. No Liberian was granted the IPDs, that's the import permit, to bring large volume of rice during the previous administration. We have only been in office for 4 months. And within the last 3 months of our leadership, we granted 3 permits to bring in rice out of the 5 new applications. All were Liberian. This administration will change the narrative and not be distracted. We are true to our commitment in the arrest agenda. If you're a typical Liberian, and it seems suspicion that Amra Conan and other people keep racing in government, and you said it yesterday, we were having a little discussion. When you see it from the surface, you think, yeah, it's a Liberianization policy. Yeah, they got 5 applications and 3 Liberians were granted permit to bring rice. But the question is, who are the 3? And what link or connection they got with the commerce minister? Because if you give it, we understand they are Liberian, but if you're giving them permit for you to get your kickbacks, how does that benefit the Irish person? Because at this stage, I think people looking at prices, the availability of the rights. It's not only about who carries the permit. Because, okay, I can make the point that Lebanese or Indians are the one that having a permit. But if they can bring the rights in the market, they can offer you at an affordable price as compared to a commerce minister giving import permits to Liberians, so-called Liberians, only for you to get your kickback and play games with your own connection. Then how does that benefit me? So, like I said, when the Irish president, it's the same thing that they keep doing. They put this thing out there to get people excited. That way, you don't focus on the most important thing. It's the same game. Everyone see it. From the budget, yes.
In that statement I just read, right? I don't know whether you pay attention to the part I say those importers were inherited from the previous government. Did you pay attention to that part? He's telling you, confirming what we told you here, whether it's the beef mountain, whether it's the rice importers. What is in there for them?
That's the goal. Why is in it for them?
It's the one that kept creating all this problem. If they want something, the people they can't be the loser. They have to increase the price on the Liberian people. For them, you people already giving money to the previous government. And we are the government now. Why are you here for us? People say, well, we can't do anything we have done already. But then, well, if you're going to do that, then there'll be a problem. People say, okay, what we can do, we can increase the price on the rice and then give you a certain percentage. They say, yes, we agree with that, but then in order for the public not to feel 100%, those that will want to buy the parboiled rice will pay extra that the government will also benefit if you can bring other rice that other people can afford. So now, because this going the other way now and being exposed, now they're telling you now they are not the one that actually brought in those people. So they are telling you, they They are about to run those people out of business and
Yeah, and bring their own people. Yeah, that's it.
they can make money from.
Yes.
That's exactly. I just told you similar thing happening with the beef mountain negotiation. Judah Barker said, "Oh, Judah Barker shut down beef mountain. They should close that." It's not about Judah Barker really fighting for the Liberian people. Judah Barker surrounding, they are fighting for themselves. They said, "How will you sign a contract with Jowea people? Jowea people then already benefited, and now we are the one in power. We are not benefiting. So, in order for you to remain in operation, you got to make sure you give our piece of the pie. If we can't get it, you'll go out of business." He's telling you now, and everybody else. People that were here, we met them here. They already made a deal with Jowea government. We don't care about that. If you are interested in bringing rice, come on board. Because from the start, they will set their own rule. They will get their own money there directly and get them the permit to import rice. That's it's about what in it for them. It's not about Liberia. It's not about the workers, in Cape Man. It's not all the other company, all the other agreement that they want to, redo. They are not doing it because they love the country or they want to change anything to benefit the country. It's all about what is in there for them.
So Mr. Kenneth,
with that rule, Steve, they will run you out of business and bring new people. That's what exactly what I'm telling you over there.
So Mr. Kenneth, let me ask you this question because I have a caller here that would like to partake really quick. But let me ask you this question. So are you saying in a nutshell, this increase?
In short, Mabel just in the studio just informed me that they have given us extra time, and now that extra time already we have used it almost 30 minutes extra. So they got another program coming on right now. So let's wrap up. So the radio, we can still be here, but the radio can go because they have to start noting right now.
Yeah. Let me ask you the question quick before the radio goes off. So in short, you are saying this increase on the rice press from $17 to $20 is meant to compensate the government.
The government did it. They don't want told the rice people. They want their share. They put and say we're already taking care of the past government. They say okay, in order for us to do that, we got to increase the price. They say no problem. Increase the price. Just make sure guys you got different rice that other people can buy who cannot afford, but we must get our money. The government the one that increase the rice price on the people, not the importers.
So when the importer wanted to resist, they just start calling it cartel.
Cartel, and then bringing in new importers now, telling the other people and say, we don't care about you. If you can't give out the money, you will not be in business.
Yep, they're taking out of business. That's the whole idea with the new Liberian importer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
But
From tomorrow, moving on, we expose a lot of things going on behind the scene that we know. And they know we know. Yeah, aware of that.
Okay, let me take this caller quick. Before we can leave the line. Before we can leave the radio. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from quickly before we leave the radio?
Good afternoon, Steve, Sego, and Mark. Good afternoon, guys. Great show. This is Abraham calling from the state of New Jersey.
Yes, Abraham.
Real quick, man, a couple of things. I think I turned it early on in our status to you. I said we in like a lot of what we discussed yesterday is kind of gradually being validated here, owing to the unfolding events from the lawmakers that are counter authority for appropriations. There's no way you're going to have a capital intensive activities in Liberia with all the approval and acquiescence of the first branch of government.
Yeah.
No way. That's one. Two, you talk just to Seko's point right now about the rice issue. I mean, I'm sorry to say because obviously I know Mr. Moda very well. I know him. I could say a friend. I knew him from back days in the school. So, but the idea that the statement emanating from his office is a little bit contradictory and confusing. Yes, you talk about K&K. Second, the K&K be importing rice in Liberia even before Chancellor became president. You talk about Bridgeway imported rice in Liberia long before back in the 90s. So to come out at this point in time and tell you, say, oh, you inherited this, of course. Governments continue there. Those things are going. Even Ellen Johnson inherited some of these people. But that should not be the paramount issue right now. The issue there is that if you're saying that you're offering additional 5 Liberians to get in the great, but then what is the benefit if even you bring in 10 and yesterday there's an increment in the price of rice? It's a question of affordability, Segu. So we don't even need to sugarcoat or go around this thing, Segu. Let us not get ourselves confused about the issue. What Liberian may concern, whether you got one importer and the consistency of the rice on the market at an affordable price, that's the issue here. Okay? That's one. And then secondly, the project I yesterday issue about the machines is complete diversionary tactics. Right now, I think I say the rights issue has been momentarily buried. We're not talking about the last 2 days, but rather yellow machine issues. Okay? So it's like to ease the pressure. So that politics, I think, is politics 101. It's to ease the pressure. That's the first thing you got to do. All right? Now, lastly, Steve, if you vividly recall, prior to the election, the issue about President Brocker visiting Ghana with some business people. So I strongly believe it might not be the case now, but I strongly believe the whole mission issue is still about those business people. You understand? You guys, you got the tentacles all around the place. They can delve in it. But it's important that I strongly believe their way is still be driven. Now, the security apparatus or the security aspect of the issue right now has to do with this money laundering issues. It still has to be factored in. Because, Sego, you talk, I'm still the guy, you're talking about almost $30 million. That is just a minimum of $100 for a piece of that machine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's $30 million. Because I'm pretty sure it's way above that. But I'm not going to just put it at a minimum. Because like I stated yesterday, is in the business of buying old machines or any kind of old equipment. No. Meaning to say the procurement are all made for new items. So, we got to keep delving into this thing, but those things are all employed for diversion of tariffs.
Thank you so much,
guys.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So Steve, thank you so much for Abraham. Before we go, with that statement to tell you that you're trying to kick those guys out of business. You know what he's saying here? All of a sudden, they are now Liberians. Making it to look like it was only Georgia government that granted those people the RPDs. Now they're taking a fight to them now because they are not in good, they are not in one, they didn't come to a turn in terms of what they will get. And Joseph Baga thing is the government of Joseph Baga and UP crooks. The other thing is, if you can't give us what we want, we run you out of business, we bring our own people that will give us the money we want.
The same threat they did to Bear Mountain.
Same thing. The Bear Mountain will succumb to them to give them money. If not, they will be run out of business or they will not work until they give them the money they want. Same thing with rice import and other companies are to come as well, Steve.
So they're using bullying tactics.
Yes, they're bullying them to get whatever they can get out of them. They can't get out of you. They are the government. They run you out of business. Now they're bringing their own people now for the rights. They're calling them the Liberians. Who are the Liberians? And why will you run other people out of business when they have been there for ages, from early time, even from Charles Taylor time?
That's very interesting.
But today we know that they are not Liberians because they refuse to give you money. I told you the people called me. After that meeting, they said, Jodo Baga walk out, they called them cartel, and they said, people called me and said, well, since they want to do it like that, let we all expose what's going on behind the scene. They're the one that told us to increase the price because they want us to give them certain amount. We told them we can't give that. We do business for profit. For us to do that, we have to increase the price on the people. They said, no problem. Just the same way that whole, when Georgia when they were sending money from the telephone provider in Liberia, when they took away that free call they used to get, that money went to George Weah. George Weah threatened them, if you can't give it to us, now we have a satellite in place. I'm going to have to provide our own company here that will be providing telephone services to the people. They got them playing in the job we are playing 100% or maybe 110%. But they are more criminal than Joe we are because why? They've been in government for a long time and they kind of seem more sophisticated and educated than Joe we are people. But when it comes to criminal act, when it comes to conning the Liberian people, Joseph Boakai government and the Unity Party, they are the best when it comes to stealing from Liberia and Liberian people. I don't want to say that before we go off the radio.
Steve, one thing you got to understand, these guys, they are more sophisticated, but in their sophistication, they can show you their hands. When you read the initial report that came out, that is what Amin Moda was telling them. The extra 9 million for the subsidies, he was going to hold on to it. Because you would think that when the government gave the subsidies, they would reduce the price of the rice. So why were they in the negotiation? Why would the commerce minister want to play hardball instead of subsidizing the rice for them to bring down the price? He's telling us this time around, we're not giving the 9 million that were allocated in the budget for subsidy because we know either way you will stay carried up. And now, when you look at the idea that he got 5 applications and he's about to award import permit to the so-called Liberian importer, no, he know the money is available now. He wants his people so he can come back to them. Look, our country, man, we don't know how to.
So Mongo, the question is now, how did they derive out these 5 applicants?
Just how the application process.
So that mean that the 5 applicants were the applicants that were pending from the job we had government and the kingdom met on deck.
Maybe they inherited the 5 applicants too, because
exactly. So if they inherited 5 applicants, then why they complain that?
And they're about to award 3 out of 5.
Yeah. So
it's all gimmicks.
It's Melbourne. I want to say thank you. I don't know where Melbourne. I don't know if we stay on the radio, but at whatever program that is coming up, Steve, I think we can close.
Yeah, we've reached our 2 hours mark here too as well.
Yeah, we're like 2 hours 16 minutes.
Yes. So Melbourne, thank you. Thank you to the leadership over there. Y'all, thank you so much. We're looking at it here. Y'all, thank you. Melbourne, I know you guys do sometimes. You can put in situation we can handle, but when you're ready to come out surprisingly, you can come surprisingly too. You can come out bigly. So y'all came out bigly today. Yeah. So we're looking at y'all. Thanks to the management, the leadership. Y'all, thank you so much. We're looking at y'all. Even though today Chairman Musa Belete said he couldn't make it, but he will be on because we put him in situation he couldn't handle today. Yeah. He looked like he's trying to defend the rescue team, but he can't make it. Because his own boy then came after him, a boy Eden Snow. So he said he will come by here to clarify his statement to the Liberian people. Maybe his statement got misconstrued or taken out of context. But we'll wait for the chairman to come. But like Mr. Cannon said tonight, Mr. Cannon will brief me on the Vegas trip. Because in Vegas, there's a saying, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But we'll get briefing because we are privileged, And then we'll also get some deep political briefings. Because we couldn't connect for some reason. Mr. Cannon was in Vegas, saying he hate Vegas. When he was a few hours away from Vegas, we spoke. He was at the den and they were having fun. We spoke. Soon he entered Vegas, his phone just shut off. Now he was coming back from Vegas 2 o'clock in the morning and he won't call. I said, "Boy, yeah, you are in Vegas. You didn't first team. Now you coming now." So we'll get the details tonight, the briefing. That I know for 500% briefing. But maybe before we leave the radio, what say you?
I know.
Thank you, Steve, and let me say thanks to all of our followers, our viewers, and all of our supporters. Like we can always say, please, we depend on all of you for your support. Mind you, these programs, especially to run the kind of media service, is not easy. So please don't forget. Even when we say them won't forget, try to chip in. Sometime when you come on, maybe you forget on the other Friday. Don't forget that indeed the week still continue. So thanks again to all of you. In this second, we're chilling a few days. And in fact, you never gave nobody invitation. You see, and that's the problem. Now, we'll not talk because it's my Allah. So I'll not talk. Remember, we're really chilling. So even to the extent that myself, like, oh, what kind of chilling I can end? How can this chilling is just doubling? I hope maybe my Allah not easily cross over to that of Steve. But I knew I didn't know. Anytime I cross over,
Just before
still-
Melbourne leave the radio, I wanted to say something, man.
Maybe so you stay with your Allah.
Yeah.
Let
No,
me say
no,
a good thing, man.
when you come to the other side, you people are my Allah. We people forget about it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Melbourne, I
So
hope
good night.
just before you leave the radio, I got this announcement. It's a heartbreaking story that came from Nema County about a 12-year-old kid by the name of they call him Vincent. He has an large heart, and the mom was calling on people for help. I'm calling on the government at least to help in that case because she dropped out of school. Her business crumbled because she had to take care of this little boy, and they brought him to the JFK, and doctors are recommending that they take him to Ghana at least temporarily for treatment because JFK only been stabilizing him. They don't have that expertise and the kind of medication and drugs to keep him going. So she was making an urgent appeal to the public. I will call on the president's office because I know there is a budget allocated for that as a goodwill. Maybe they don't listen to SKTV, but on the SKTV family, it's just telling the president, reminding them that there is a kid that is dying with an enlarged heart that needs urgent medical attention, and they could be a help. Her name is Rachel Sange, if I'm not mistaken, and her story was published in the Liberian Daily Observer as well. So I hope the president, his entourage, and his good officers are listening to this urgent call. It's an SOS call for a kid, 12-year-old little boy. Thank you.
Thank you, Monk. Mr. Kenneth, what will be your parting statement for the day?
Now, just to say, Melbourne, thank you. And Melbourne, relax, man. I got you. Okay? That's it.
So the problem that Melbourne, before we leave the radio, when Mr. Kenneth get you, the few times the thing been coming, your ego been learning, you been pretending nothing happened, you been changing your shirt in. You been wearing different color shirt. Anytime wearing different color shirt, I mean,
You're on the radio. Don't be talking that kind of thing, man. Don't be putting me in trouble, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mr. Kenneth,
say we stay on the radio. I mean, let's make a pull me say to that I can't each handle. It is. And Steve, I told you my Baptist brother. Yeah. How come you are leaking out all of our information?
Yeah.
So if you not be careful,
on the radio,
if you not resign from the church, either we excommunicate you because we don't let people that.
Let me tell the Liberian people, few nights ago, Mr. Kenneth, while you were planning a trip to go to Vegas, Melbourne, a couple of Baptist leaders called me for me to change my mind to go back to the Baptist church. I think I'm not in church. I'm not in Baptist church building. They said my prayer.
You left?
Yes, I've been left. What are you talking? I'm not going back.
What's going on for our own church? Oh, so Steve, so you want to put our own church?
Yes. And my church, look, my church will be on fire.
Maybe one of the biggest fans of SKTV say your alliance is not steady, it's not stable. Are you unstable like Joseph Baga government?
Oh man. Yeah, but boss, it can be easy. But anyway, to you mutual contact, trust me, I'm gonna call you. Sometimes it can be easy, sometimes we sleep in darkness, and we say how to make sure that we come up to do our work. But it can be easy sometimes, some night. That what happened, Chief? The last night I remain up to I think 3 o'clock this morning because when the place is dark, no way for you to sleep. So again, that's it, and we're good to go. But thanks to all of you.
Women get warning. When you be up like that, just so when I roll in the morning, call Seku, don't call my phone again. I'm not in your chat, and I want to be inside. I want Seku. When you call me on that, in fact,
no, the problem. Let me tell you, the reason why I call you was to find out as to where this Caterpillar company is located, or the other company that maybe I have those yellow machines. So I want to find out because I'm still doing research. So I want to find out as to where the company is located.
I told you yesterday. Once the yellow machine come to the country, look, I went to John Deere company. Because kind of when you start a yellow machine, a new one, get the sign and loom. The way your life successful.
Yellow machine,
Yellow machine, the new one, very, very important and good. So the Liberian, some of you wouldn't sleep in good, you will sleep good when the machine come to the town. Because once they started, imagine most of us get 19. People get 19 and they take everything on simultaneously.
You know, I want him, most of all getting 19 machines. For what reason?
We don't care. We agree that we
All
get
right.
19.
And then it waste.
Folks,
It waste. Good night. See you. Uber. Tomorrow will be hard.
tomorrow, Sekou will be fully back and recovered. I know he resting all the other one.
So my SK TV people, they coming Friday. We gave you too much hidden gems for you to be playing games with us here. On Friday, we increasing the ante. We taking it from 30 to 40. You guys were paid for last week. So when my basket come, because the whole rest issue. I mean, you know, one thing can surprise me, Sekou, most of our platform overseas, I don't know if they're not aware of things happening in the country or they can just choose to gloss over these important things. And this is what we go after. The most important thing that is void of politics. They are just the playbook of these guys that they rip our people off all the time. They play the same game. And we said it before that United Party and CDC are no different. It's the same old playbook. Whether it's about kickback, whether it's about corruption, whether it's about procurement, it's the same old thing. And we keep seeing it repeating. And nobody want to muster that courage to call it for what it is. I guess they can hear this thing, or maybe they're not paying attention, or maybe they're getting money behind the scenes, because I don't know why the critical issue will be happening, and people that choose to be advocate will sit there and don't talk about it. Whether the people do something about it or not, that's not what business, but at least say it for what it is. If you call yourself a true patriot of Liberia, you see this thing happening, expose the government. Just do it, for heaven's sake. At least for us that we can afford food for ourselves. I can understand if a local generally know this thing and try to, maybe I can say for security implication or for security reason or because he wants something. Okay, I understand. But for us that sit overseas that can survive with our government, why not just do a noble thing and say, you know what, this is not right. Just say it so the ordinary person can get a sense of what's happening in the country, and they won't do it. Except SKTV. That's why I'll be charging you up a minute. Starting from next month, if you're do the thing, I will be charging you every day. They didn't show up to my basket. Ain't no breaking news for them. Send they love breaking news. I'm just telling you so you know.
Thank you. Mr. Kane, I'll leave it with you.
No, you're not leaving nothing with me. We all living.
Everybody going together, right?
Yeah, we're all living right now. So,
Yeah, okay.
I can
But you're going to say,
yeah, right now. I see y'all.